What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another session of Coffee and Martial Arts. Salud, salud, salud. Cheers. Yes. Good day today and good coffee. Let me just share this in social media, sharing in the groups and stuff. I just want to say thank you all for watching. I'm sorry I'm a little late today, but I had some things to do. I apologize to all the guys that are watching, but we are here, okay? So please make your comments and send your hellos, send your questions. I am here for you, okay? Juan Martín Álvarez, saludos, Master, abrazo grande desde Argentina, saludos, gracias. Hernán Alfiro, saludos, Maestro Soto, saludos. Okay, hoy en English. Okay, thank you. Gracias por los saludos. Thank you very much. Okay, let me see. Let me continue to share here a little bit more. Okay, so today I want to talk a little bit about how to adapt your teachings to your environment, okay? And this can be done from several points of views and in different ways, okay? So we're going to talk about that today, okay? So let me just continue this. Sammy, my friend, hola mi amigo, salud, thank you for being here, okay? Bonifacio Baños Martínez, profesor, saludos, maestro, saludos a toda la gente de la Ciudad de México, gracias, salud, thank you, okay. Here we go. This is taking more time than expected. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. Okay. But it is important to share so we can reach more people. Okay. So please let me know how you're doing, how you've been. It's always nice to hear from all of you, to see you here. I'm very happy to be here. Let's see. Okay, that's it. Okay, so before we go and go to the subject, let me just say that we are going live through our Facebook page, Master Frank Soto, Kinetic Dragon. Please like and subscribe and share this video. That really help us to get more people, to get the algorithm going, and to get all of you interested and promote more about the martial arts. This is what it's all about, promoting martial arts and sharing the love. Yes, keeping the flame burning and spreading the fire. Yes, we need to spread the fire, okay? Burn everything down with Kempo and martial arts, okay? We're also going live through the International Hall of Fame of Argentina, okay? This is a nice group of martial artists that they have a magazine, and they are doing their thing, promoting martial arts down south, down in Argentina, and they also have a magazine in print, in paper, and digital. Okay, this is the cover of November. Please watch it. It has a new design, brand new design. It looks really cool. Okay, so please do so. Okay, and let's see. Okay. We are also going live through our YouTube channel, the Kinetic Dragon channel. So please subscribe and click on the little bell so you get notified every time we go live. Okay? Okay, cool. So let's see. Today, please remember to send your questions and your comments. Okay? I am here for you guys. Please leave your comments or ask a question or just say hello or whatever. We will put it here on screen as usual. And I appreciate all of your input and all of your comments. Salud. Coffee is really good today. So I've been really busy, and lately have a lot of work, a lot of things on my plate. So today I'm going to do this live on my own. So please, if you have questions or anything you want to share, please do so. Okay. So I was gonna, like I said, let me bring that subject up. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, here we go, and here we go. Okay, so the subject of today is adapt your teachings to your environment. How to adapt your teachings to your environment, to your students' needs, for example, to take your teachings to the street, so on and so forth. Okay, so first of all, it's really important to pay attention. Okay, and one of the things that I always say, and this is something that people really don't get a grasp of. Okay, it's not about you. Okay, it's about your student, it's about the individual, it's about others. It's what is it that you can do for others. Okay, and it's the same thing when it comes to protecting yourself and protecting your loved ones. Okay, so if you pay attention and you stop thinking of, just about yourself, you get your head up, you get it out of your butt, basically. Okay, and start paying attention and listening and observing. You're going to realize that a lot of the things that happens because of other people problems. It's not personal. Of course, it feels personal, but it's not. Okay, so if you observe and you understand that it's about listening to others, you will be able to adapt your teachings, go to your students' needs if you're an instructor, or adapt your self-defense knowledge and wisdom so you can prevent, okay, and avoid the fight, avoid the conflict, avoid the aggression. But you need to accept violence. Okay, you need to accept that violence is a part of your life by observing and understanding that there are, good people and not so good people, or bad people that can be good, or good people that can be bad. It's not a rule. Okay, let go of stereotypes. Oh, that guy looks mean. No, sometimes you find the meanest looking mofo, and he is the nicest, or she is the nicest person that you can encounter. Okay, they look tough, they look rough, they look mean, but maybe they're very nice. And the opposite also applies. You might find somebody that looks really good, very neat, very clean, very gentle and polite, and can be the baddest or the meanest person or the most evil person alive. You don't know. Okay, so not all bad, not every bad it's all bad, and not every good person is all good. Okay, we are humans. Okay, so we need to consider that. Okay, so to adapt your teachings, whether you're an instructor and you're trying to adapt your teaching to your environment or your culture, or you are students and you are trying to adapt what you learn, the teachings that you got from your instructor, your sensei, whatever, to your daily life, you need to start paying attention. That's the first thing. Pay attention, observe, listen. Okay, use your senses to see what's going on, to hear what's going on, to feel what's going on, to smell what's going on. Okay, and listen more than what you talk. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you have to listen twice as much as what you talk, with what you say. Okay, that's at least. Same thing with the eyes. You have to watch twice as much. Okay, so listen more and see more. Pay more attention than what you say. Okay, don't get caught up in yourself, because that's when you become vulnerable. Okay, when you're not listening, when you're not paying attention. Okay, and you need to create a habit to do so. Okay, okay. Brian Train says, "You rock, brother. Excellent lesson." Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and thank you for the comment. Okay, so start observing and paying attention. Okay, you need to pay attention to your students. You need to pay attention to your friends. You need to pay attention to your teacher as well. And you need to pay attention to the teachings, to the lesson. Okay, learn the lesson and then take it to your daily life. It's not enough to go and train. It's good, very good start, right? Go and train and go and practice. That's a good thing, but it's not enough. You need to get what you learn in the dojo, take it out to the street, take it out to your life. Okay? Salud. Good. Okay, so listening is one part of the thing, and get yourself out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Okay? Meaning, it's not about you. Okay? Yes, when it comes to self-defense and when it comes to surviving, it's all about surviving. Yes. But when it comes to adapting, when it comes to preventing, when it comes to paying attention, it's not just about you. It's about others. It's about what the other people brings to the table, basically, whether it's good or bad. You need to accept everything, and you need to put limits, and you need to pay attention, and you need to have your own ethics, right? You need, one of the basic things that you need to have is you need to respect people. Okay, that's a must if you want to avoid conflict or you want to solve conflict. Okay, conflict resolution starts with listening and respect. So respect, the best way to respect someone is to listen to that person, pay attention to what they have to say. That's showing respect. So that, because when you pay attention to the person, when you're listening to what they're saying and you are nice, you are polite, the person will feel respected. They will feel that they have something to say, that it's worth of you listening. Okay, so you're giving them your time. That's the most precious thing we have, time. Okay, so listen to the other person. If you have students, listen to the student. Okay, let's say you are a Kempo guy like myself and you have a curriculum. Okay, you have a program that you need to teach 10 techniques, 24 techniques, 16 techniques, whatever, your kata, their freestyle, whatever you need to have, you teach them a program and you are very stubborn about it. And you will say, well, you have to learn it the way it's written because that's in the manual and that's your requirement for your next belt. And let's say the person can't, or maybe you're not teaching it properly. Maybe you're making it too visual and the person is more kinesthetic. Okay, so by not listening, by not paying attention to the person, you are making it very hard and you're going to generate frustration in your student and that student is going to leave. Okay, now on the other side, if you're the student and you're you're learning, okay, pay attention to your instructor and put a lot of effort into learning. Okay, ask questions. That's very important. Ask. If you have any doubts, ask questions. Okay, if you are paying for your lessons, you have the right to ask with respect and politely. Okay, remember, respect is the cornerstone of solving conflicts or not generating, avoiding conflicts. Okay, this is the cornerstone for peace, basically, respect. Okay, so be respectful, ask and learn, get the lesson. Then try to take it to your daily life. Okay, so how can I take punches and kicking or choking somebody out into my daily life? Well, it's about the principle. It's about the habit. It's about the concept, right? For example, if you're training in the gentle way, right, like jujitsu, for example, okay, you're learning to be patient, right? You're learning to look for the opening or create the opening, okay? You're learning to play what they call the human chess, okay? So you are becoming proficient in tactics and strategy and having a plan, okay? So learn the plan. Don't just go through the moves. Learn what's behind it. If you are a striker, okay, then you're learning to devastate the problem or manipulate the problem or get in a better position to hit the target better, to generate more of an impact, to be more effective, okay? Or you're learning to control distance, okay? That's also a good lesson. And then you can start applying that in your daily life. If you see conflict, you put distance, for example, okay? If you are gonna, if you need to devastate the problem, then you look for a better angle and you get right to it, for example, okay? So it's also strategy there, okay? Whether you're a striker or you're doing the gentle arts or the hard art or the striking arts or whatever art is that you're doing. If you are an Aikido man, okay, then you're learning to what? To avoid, right? And to manipulate, right? Gently, very nicely, okay? So also understand that whatever it is that you train, it will make an impact, not just in your motion, but also in the way you think and the way you solve emotions, okay? For example, in Kempo, we are trained to, if somebody attacks us, we go back at it with 10, 20 different strikes as fast as possible. They throw a strike and you go in and pop, 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 and you devastate the person. So if you do that long enough, when you feel attacked mentally or intellectually, you will go back at them with 10 different arguments as fast as possible because that's the way you train. So you need to consider that as well, okay? So if you're only training, that's very important to adapt your teachings to your environment. What is it that you're training for? Are you training for control? Are you training for domination? Are you training to destroy your opponent? Are you training to win a fight? Okay, So if you're a fighter and you're training to fight, then everything will look as a fight, and you will look for a fight because you like fighting. So be careful with that as well. Okay. If you're a fighter, you need to understand this so you don't fall into this habit of looking for a fight and putting up a fight all the time, because not all the time it's good. Sometimes you need to fight, sometimes you need to diffuse the situation. Okay. So that's important. Savvy says, what do you think we should do when our values place a boundary on the extent that we can adapt our teachings? Okay, I think ethics go first. Okay, so basically, you need to ask yourself. First, you need to have clear. You make the implicit explicit. What are your values? A lot of people don't know this. They don't ask themselves, what are my values? And write them down. Make a list. Okay, usually you should have 4 or 5 main values. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I got more questions. If your martial arts is sacred to you and your curriculum is based on a devotional requirement, but the busy modern day student cannot devote the bare minimum, do you still teach them? Well, that's a good question. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's about expectations. What are you expecting from your students? What do you want them to achieve? Okay, how much flexible are you willing to be? And you also need to understand, my good friend, Maestro Sammy, I'm going to share what I understand, okay? This is just my point of view, okay? You're free to do whatever you want, sir. But for me, I don't ask the students to have my standards or my passion because, well, that's why I'm the sensei, okay? Because I have devoted my life into martial arts. And not everybody is going to do that. We know that 1 out of 10,000 probably are going to do this, right? So out of 1,000 people, maybe 1 will get to black belt. That's kind of like the statistics. I could be wrong. So, and out of that, maybe 1 out of 100 black belts will get to master or grandmaster or whatever. So if you're up in that level, if you're doing martial arts for 20, 30 years, why would you ask the students to be like you? Would that be fair? Or to devote it and make it as sacred as you do and see it as part of your spirituality or your religion or whatever? You can't demand that, but you can make them fall in love, right? You can kind of like seduce them in a good way, if that makes sense. Share them the love, share them the benefits. Like a person won't buy a product if they don't see what's the benefit behind it. They need to understand what they're getting. Okay, why would I make martial arts sacred? Why would I make them part of my values and my spirituality? Why? And then if you talk about that and you make them see the benefits, they might take it, right? So I would suggest not to get frustrated about it. Yes, it's difficult. It can be difficult to have people at the same level of your passion and see the martial arts as sacred, like you just mentioned. But some might not. It depends. Are you teaching to make a business? If you are, then you better be flexible. Otherwise, you won't make a lot of money. And it's okay to make business out of the martial arts. Are you teaching just for you and for 5 or 10 chosen ones? That's also okay, right? And if so, then you can test them or whatever it is that you do and check on their commitment. And if they're not committed enough for you, then you can tell them to go somewhere else politely. But like I said, be respectful. But, give the person the benefit of the doubt. Okay? That's what I would say and suggest. Thank you for your questions, my good friend, and your comments. They're all good. I really like this. Okay? So, that being said, you gotta have values. It's like when you're doing the branding of, what is it? For example, I have my own brand, Kempo for the Street, right? Frank Soto Kempo or the Kinetic Dragon Way or Kinetica or whatever. I have different brands. But let's say I have this brand, right? The Frank Soto Kempo teachings, right? So in my myself as a brand, Master Frank Soto, okay? That's why I use the master, because it's a brand, okay? Then I got to have a mission and I got to have a vision, right? And I also need to have values, okay? So what are your values? and that it's very important to have. Okay, your values. Okay, let me hold on a second. So, what's the value of your brand? Basically, that's what it is. Okay, so hold on a second. I'm looking for it. Okay, I want to read it to you, so I got it right. Okay, here it is. Okay, so for example, my mission. Okay, I'm going to share my mission with you guys. Okay, my mission is to empower individuals, promoting and sharing the lifestyle of the protector at a great scale. Okay, that's why I do this. That's why I do this podcast and all of this. Okay, through media, through social media, videos, transmissions, or broadcasting or podcasting, workshops, seminars, classes, therapies, coaching, conferences, and different events. Okay, that's my mission. Now, my vision is to be able to certify people as part of the Kinetic Dragon program in at least 5 countries out of the each of, we call it 5 continents, because we are taught that America is only one continent here in the Latin countries. Okay, but you can say 6 or 7 or whatever. In all the continents, in each one of the continents, let's just say that by 2032. Okay, so I have like a 10-year span to do this. Okay, so I can impact humanity at a great scale. Okay, this is me. I like the bigger thing, right? And then my values. The first value is what? Yes, respect. Okay, but then I give it a definition. Always to give respect to others. That's my first value. Okay, and let's say one of the most important ones. Then responsibility. Okay, respond and act in based on principles. Okay, that's my second value of my brand. That's myself, right? My brand. Third value, self-control. Okay, to stay calm when adversity comes, and to control my impulse with self-discipline. So self-discipline, it's also like a sub-value right there. And to listen, to have empathic listening. Okay, so to put myself in other shoes, in the other people or the other person's shoes, focus on their potential so I can empower them assertively. Okay, so those are my 4 main values, and from there, of course, I have more values. So my teachings, my good Sammy, comes from there. Okay, I have this very clear. Okay, and that's why I have it written down, so I can come back and read it, like if I can, every day or every now and then, read it again and make sure I'm focused on my mission, my vision, and my values. Okay, so every time I need to make a decision, I need to check on my values. Okay, if I want to make a conscious decision, that's what I do. Okay. Saludos, maestro Sifu Ernesto Colbert, en el abrazo del corazón. Thank you. Saludos. Sammy says great values. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And that's the whole thing. And now the other thing is to live up to your own values. Okay, because you can write them down and make them look very nice and have this nice saying. But if you don't live up to them, then you're not, disciplined. You're not at the level that you think you are. Okay, so if you make the implicit explicit, if you understand this about yourself, you can live up to your own potential, basically, and that's what it's all about. So you can become an example of this to community. Yesterday I was interviewing this lady from the feminist movement here in Mexico, and the self-defense feminist movement that they have. Okay, they call themselves autodefensa, self-defense feminist, which is a politicized movement. Okay, so they go into politics and everything because they need to do that in this country, because I don't know, like every hour, like more than 10 women get killed here in Mexico or something, or abducted or something. The statistics are very, very nasty for women here. Okay, so they need to generate this type of groups and to be able to empower themselves and to survive, right? So I was talking to her, and she was making very good points about this. Okay, so they are aligned to what they believe in, and they take it out there, and they have their values, and they have their mission, and they have their mission, and they're very well. Uh, they are, like I said, in line or aligned with what they say and what they do. Okay, so they make sense basically. Okay, so that's important. Brian Train says, great point. Almost every negative result I've had in life was a result of me violating my own values. There you go. There you go. Thank you for sharing, Brian. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Okay, so yes, if you violate your own values, then you're not going to get the results you want or you would like, because they're not aligned with your values. Okay, the results you're going to get are going to be aligned with what you violate. Okay, so keep your values, but my suggestion will be to do it the way I do it. Put them in order. 4 values, it's more than enough, the main values, and from there you have whatever. So look for those 4 main values, and they can change. Prior in my life, I had different ones. Some of them stay, like responsibility is always a one that stays, or respect. But before that, I had different values. Now, every now and then, I recheck my main values and make sure those are the main values that I'm using in my life. So you can be flexible as well. So if I'm teaching somebody, I'm going to teach them respect. My students have to be respectful. I'm going to teach them to be responsible. Okay, that's the main part. Those 2 things are a main part of my teaching. I'm also going to teach them self-control. So that's why when I teach what I call Camp Before the Street, it's more about controlling the fight by being in control than devastating your opponent by fighting and, bringing violence into the table. No, that's not what I teach. What I teach is aligned with my beliefs. I'm not saying what other people is wrong. No, it's not. If it works for you, go for it, right? It has to do with what you want, your mission, your vision, and your values. That's why it's important to have a goal. Okay? You know what they say. If you're in the middle of the sea navigating and you want to go from point A into point B, and you don't have a map, you don't have direction, you don't have a compass, you're going to start just sailing around. The odds that you're going to get to point B are not good. But if you know where you're starting and where you're going, and you have a map, you have a goal, and you have these values, and you have a vision, and you have a compass, the values will be like your compass. Your mission and your vision will be the more like the map. Okay? So if you have that, or maybe it's the opposite, I'll leave that to you. Okay, so if you have that, then you know where you're going, and you can focus, and you can be way more effective. Okay, Moniz Abunawar, environmental awareness. Yes, but environmental awareness comes from what? From paying attention. Okay, because if you don't pay attention, your awareness, I mean, you can know all the details about environmental awareness, but you need to make it a habit. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing. Great. Environmental awareness. That's exactly, yes, I totally agree. Great. So to have that awareness, you need to pay attention. That's to be aware. You need to be aware of yourself, and you need to be aware of your surroundings. Okay. So Mr. Parker would make a good explanation about what's your environment, right? So environmental awareness becomes from paying attention to what's in you, on you, and around you at the moment of the conflict. Okay, so in you, are you sleepy? Are you drunk? Did you just eat? Are you mad? Are you happy? Are you sad? Okay, are you feeling sick? That's in you. On you, your clothing. Are you wearing shoes? Are you wearing high heels in the case of women? Are you wearing tight jeans and you cannot move properly? All of that needs to be in consideration. And around you, well, everything that is around you, a table, an alley, a car, whatever, everything that you can use to protect yourself, to put as a barrier, to use it as an improvised weapon. All of that is part of your environmental awareness. Okay, so you need to pay attention. You need to be aware of those things, and you need to know what to pay attention to. Thank you, Mr. Bonawar. Magnificent. Okay, so adapting, it's important, but adapting, keeping your values. Thank you, Sammy, for that question. Thank you, sir. Yes, you need to adapt, but not at the cost of your values. No. Okay. And same thing with your teaching, sir. That's my belief. Okay. Otherwise, you're going to lose yourself. Okay. And that's not good. So your values, that's why, like I said, the values are the compass, your compass. Okay. Because the values will give you the north. Right. So if I'm losing my north, I look at my values. So, okay, respect. Am I applying respect? No, then that's not my north. Okay, respect, responsibility. Okay, self-control. Good. Okay, so then I'm going in the right direction. Empathetic listening. Okay, whoop. That's there. Okay, so then my mission and my vision. Okay, so am I empowering the individual or not? Okay, am I getting the certified people that I want in each and every one of the continents? No, then I need to work harder. Okay, because that's my goal. That's where I want to go. Okay, and how to get there? Well, you need to create a more elaborated plan. Okay, you need to create what? Strategies, tactics, and apply techniques. Okay, and it's the same with self-defense, right? When you're teaching self-defense, you need to have a main goal. What's your main goal? Okay, when you're in conflict, right? My main goal is to, when I teach, is to teach the person to solve the problem, for example. Okay. Money Sabuna Ward says, fantastic show as always. Thank you so much, Mr. Soto. Great value. Thank you, sir. Thank you for watching and commenting. You guys bring a lot of value as well to the table. I really appreciate all of your comments and your time that you take to watch this and to hear me just blah, 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 blah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, so make sure you have this. That will be my suggestion, because it will make a difference in your training. It will make a difference in your life, and you will be able to adapt this. So if you're an instructor, if you're a teacher, if you're a sensei, you need to make the work of the coach or the teacher or the sensei is to make the implicit explicit so you can share it. Okay. And that's a lot of work. It's not simple. Okay. That's, for example, what Mr. Parker did with American Kempo. That's what the Gracies did with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And that's what a lot of martial art geniuses out there have done with their arts, making the implicit explicit, generate a whole curriculum, a whole program, a whole system to teach it and convey it. And some of them have done it amazingly great, right? Some of them are truly amazing geniuses, like the late senior grandmaster Ed Parker or the late grandmaster Helio Gracie, for example. Those are remarkable gentlemen, what they achieved in life, right? Okay, so martial artists, so it will be good, for example, it will be interesting to know what were their main values, right? What was their mission in life? Did they accomplish it? I believe they did. Maybe they didn't. Maybe there was more, because it's an ongoing process, right? It's like we always say, it's the journey, not getting there, what's important, but the journey, the process, right? But you need to have a goal. So you focus in the process of getting there. Okay. So that's it. Okay. So I just want to say thank you all for watching this. Okay. Salud. Hold on a second, please. Salud, salud, salud. I really appreciate your comments and your questions and all the insights that you got to share. Thank you, Sammy, Maestro. Thank you, Mr. Bonor. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Brian. Who else? Let's see. Who else made a comment today? Brian Trains, Bonifacio, Hernan, Juan Martin. Thank you all. Thank you for watching and for commenting. Okay, so If nobody has any more comments or any more questions, just make sure you adapt your teachings to your environment. Whether you're a student or you're a teacher, don't be stubborn, don't be hard-headed, because that's going to give you a lot of headaches and it's going to generate a lot of emotional suffering. Okay, be flexible, be cool, right? Flow and adapt. Be adapting in a situation, but don't lose your values. Make sure you have strong values and you know your main values so you can adapt without losing yourself. Values is what will assure you that you are on the right track and that you are true to yourself. Okay. Bruce Lee said once, the hardest thing for a martial artist is to be honest with himself or herself, right? So to be honest with yourself, you need to know what your mission, what your vision, and what are your main values, okay? As a teacher, as a martial artist, or as an individual. That way you remain true to yourself, but you're also becoming adaptable. Maestro Sammy says, thanks, sir, for sharing your wisdom. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you for your questions and your comments. You're the man. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. I always appreciate, you guys' time, because you're sharing with me the most valuable thing you have is your time and your attention. Okay. So thank you for paying attention. Thank you for listening to what I have to share with you guys. And I hope this helps a little bit. Okay. I'm not trying to be the man with the knowledge or the wisdom. I'm just sharing what I gather, what I've learned, right? And it's just a suggestion. At the end, all of you guys can do whatever it is that you decide or you choose to do, and that's great. That's okay. But if you are responsible, if you understand what you're doing, and you understand that what you do today is what you will harvest in the future, okay? You reap what you sow, right? Then if you understand this and you follow that rules of karma, basically cause and effect, then you will make sure that you do things aligned to your values, aligned to yourself, so you gain that, you harvest that, okay? It's like what Mr. Brian Train says, every negative result he has had in life results of him violating his own values. Okay, so that's a bad dharma right there, and it generates a bad karma. But if you have a right dharma, right, then you will generate the right karma and you will get what you want. And you will get all of this law of attraction and all that stuff, working for you. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry again I was late, but I'll see you guys next week. Remember, every Thursday we go live at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Okay. Actually, it's more Arizona time now. Okay, with Phoenix time. So I think in winter, time changes a little bit. So we'll be here, same time, same place, sharing and commenting more, sharing the love of the martial arts and the passion. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. Take care and have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.